I'm Olive, and you are?
My name is Mario.
Hi. So, what brought you out to Australia?
What brought me out of Australia? At that stage, I was 17 years old. Italy was in ruin from the war, and you couldn't get a job. There wasn't any jobs. So I wanted, at 17, you want to go out, you want to go dancing, you want to go to the film. So I heard that in Australia there were a lot of jobs going. So I've asked my father if I was allowed to, and he wasn't too pleased, but he relented. So at 17, I came to Australia.
What was the year that you came to Australia?
It was 1950,
Oh.
as I said, straight after the war, and we came by boat, which took 29 days on the water, and we had a good time. It was hot. It wasn't a flash boat or flash ship. It was an old army carrier. Therefore, we had to sleep about 20 in the same hole, if you want to call it. But at 17, you don't worry about those things.
Yeah.
You're on a venture. So that's what brought me out. And 2 days after, I got a job.
That's amazing. Where did you get a job?
I got a job at Shepparton Plaster Work, and that wasn't what I call a fancy job.
Yeah.
It was a monotonous job, because when you don't speak English, you have to do monotonous work, which is easy to learn.
Yeah.
So don't forget, I left Italy and I did not know one word of English.
Did you pick it up easily, or?
No, it took me at least 5 years to start communicating.
Yeah.
I remember the first day I went to work, Olive, I heard a lot of words, but one stuck out, really, really out, so I said, I must learn that words because they're using it all the time.
Yeah.
So when I went out home that night to my auntie's place, I asked her, and she nearly collapsed. She went under the table, and my uncle said, no, he said, you don't use that word. It was a swearing word. When you're working with about 20 blokes,
Yeah.
The language is colourful. And I picked it up and I said, I must learn that word. So what I did then, I still got that little dictionary.
Yeah.
And I said to myself every day to learn one word, like milk, water, bread, simple words.
Yeah.
But really what pushed me to learn English, I went to a film one night. You probably don't remember, and not even Eva will remember, Ma and Pa Kettle. He was a very funny couple.
Zara Cadini, please come to the general office.
He was a very funny couple. And everybody was laughing, and I'm there. What are they laughing about? I couldn't understand it. So I said to myself, if I'm going to stay in Australia, I have to learn English.
Which is a good goal.
I think so. But then after work, we went to night school as well, so to learn English. So it wasn't easy, but eventually I got there.
That's good.
Yes.
Geez.
At 21, got married.
That's.
I found an Italian girl, an immigrant as well. And in those days, for every Italian girl available, there was about 25 boys wanting that girl, because the male population was allowed to come to Australia, but not a young girl. Young girl, mum and dad wouldn't let them come to Australia by themselves. So for every girl available in Shepparton, there was about 25 blokes running around. So
So how many when you first came, do you think there was a fair few Italians that had also come, so you can kind of still, I guess, communicate? And,
Yes,
yeah.
there were quite a few Italian pre-war,
Right.
in another word, 1925 to 1930 plus. Those the one that escaped Mussolini in Italy, they will go back a long, long time ago. So there were quite a few Italians here from the pre-war.
Yeah.
Then in 1950, quite a lot of young people came out here as well.
Yeah.
So I didn't find myself isolated because we could still get together, have a beer, or have playing bocce,
Yeah.
or go out on a push bike.
Which is, I mean, you still got to enjoy the good times. So.
Oh yes. I wouldn't change anything. So
Well, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you. That's great. What's one of the challenges, a challenge that you faced?
Learning English was the biggest challenge. The second one, where I went to live with an auntie, which was here pre-war, and where they lived not far away from here, but here used to be all farms.
Yeah.
So where we were in St George Road, there was no water, no electricity, and no sewage. So the moment you walk in a house and they tell you we haven't got water, we haven't got electricity, we haven't got sewage, it's daunting. It's
Yeah.
daunting. That was a big challenge. And now we didn't even have a shower because there wasn't any water. You wash, 20-gallon kerosene tin in those days.
Yeah.
But there was a channel not far away. We used to go in there, swim on the channel, but all the black little
Pictures?
leeches, the leeches stuck on you, so you had to rush out and get them out of your leg. But that wasn't a challenge. That was something that we choose to
Yeah.
have a swim. And
I guess what you want to do comes with consequences sometimes, and that's just what you've got to deal with.
exactly. So, and the same water we used to get from the channel, that's the one we took home and wash, but we boiled the water.
Yeah.
Boiled the water.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was our biggest challenge, I
I
think.
think you've had enough challenges.
Well, your next challenge is to grab a bit of pizza before they're all gone.
That's all right.
Thank you so much.